Hello, welcome to this video. In this video, we'll go through the 2019 May, section 4, question 30 on the SAT math exam. Okay, so I would suggest you to pause this video just to make sure that you are familiar to the setting of this problem. Okay. Assuming that you have finished reading the question, so we have two sets of studies. One is at the city of Altley, and then we have the suburbs of Altley. So there are 200 of people being surveyed in the city, and there are 300 people surveyed in the suburb of the city. So it says that each person surveyed was asked whether he or she owns a car. Some of the results are shown below in the partially completed table below. The researcher found that an adult surveyed in the suburbs of Altley is twice as likely to own a car as an adult surveyed in the city of Altley of the following, which would be the value of X. Okay, now I'm going to highlight the most important thing in the entire problem. It says twice as likely. Okay, now what does it mean by twice as likely? This is under the topic of probability. Okay, it's the likelihood of happening. So that's why we say twice as likely. Now, when we say twice as likely, it is not the same as having twice amounts of the people, because it is based on the percentage probability. Okay, so it is extremely tempting then that your eyes are scanning the choice B, 160, and I would tell you that B is not the answer. So I would guide you through how to understand this problem and get through this question very easily. Now, since we are talking about probability, so we are simply doing part over whole. So you have 880 over 200, which is equal to 0.4, okay, or 40%, but we usually just use the decimal, okay, so that we can save the decimal switching in and out, okay, throughout the calculation. So the probability is 0.4 for the city. Now, what about the suburb? Suburb means in the suburb is that's twice as likely. That means we have a total of 0.8 for the probability. And the probability is calculated by parts over whole. So we have x over 300. So in order to calculate the x, we just have to multiply 300 on both sides. And you will find out that x is equal to 240. 240 right here is the answer. So the question itself is not hard. It's just that you have to be very careful as you read the question. Do not be tempted to just rush to the 160 because you see the word twice. Make sure you understand that you are in good terms with the likelihood. Okay, when it says twice as likely, it means the percentage for the probability. Okay, so you need to find out the probability and then you multiply that probability by 2. And probability is calculated by basically part over whole. So that's the intent of this question. The answer is right there waiting for you. Just make sure you read this question very, very carefully. Okay?
Do you want some extra credit? If you do, subscribe our channel. I promise you will learn a lot more and get extra credit from that. If you have any question, please make sure that you email us at goodacademics@gmail.com. If you have any question in math, science, or education, just send them in and we will do our very best to resolve your problems. And I thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope that you will continue to learn a lot more through our channel. See you soon.